personal air conditioners are a total scam. Or are they? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to Gears and Tech. As you heard, portable air conditioners. This is a personal neck air conditioner that also works as a heater by a company called Ranvoo. Before I was aware that this product existed, I thought that a personal neck cooling device was simply just a fan or something that you filled water into. And that certainly is the bulk of the coolers that you see for cheap prices on Amazon. If you're like me, you've probably never really looked at neck coolers. There's a couple reasons for that, and I'll explain. You see, I've known for a long time, if you are hot, one of the best ways to cool yourself off quickly is to get a towel or a rag of some sort, put it in cold water, and then just put it on the back of your neck, and instantly you will start to cool off. You actually will stay cool even longer than you thought because of a technique called evaporative cooling. And the principle of evaporative cooling is very, very basic. That is, as water evaporates, there is a cooling effect that is created. Pure science. Science is great. And that cooling effect is felt by the individual who has the device that is evaporating on their neck. You've seen people put a bucket of ice with a fan in front of it. It's not just blowing cold air from the ice, it's actually evaporative cooling. So the air from that ice is actually cool and then getting blown around to make a very low-key makeshift air conditioner. So that's what I thought some of these neck coolers that I've seen on Amazon were doing, which I thought you were just filling them with water and then they were using the evaporative cooling effect and then blowing some cold air on your face. I haven't seen any that really use water, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that that's how any of these things work, but the tech seemed really low key. So you can imagine my surprise when Ranvoo said, hey, we want to send you one of these to check out. And I thought, okay, a $20 neck cooler, whoop-de-doo. And you would be shocked to find out that this particular model, this is the Aice Lite, retails for about $200 US on Amazon. Ouch! Like, that's expensive! So what are you getting for $200, and is this worth 200 bucks? Or should I just go and pick up one of those $30, $40, $50 ones on Amazon? Well, to answer all of these questions, first we need to see what this is. And the best way to do that is with an unboxing. So first off, the box is actually really impressive. So it's a nice red color. It does have a graphic that's a little bit reflective up there. I'm gonna move it around so you can see it reflecting off the light. And it has just a very simple drawing of what we've got. It says it creates something extraordinary for life. That's for our life. On the back, there's a bunch of specs and details, but otherwise the box is pretty boring. Inside, we're going to see a thing that says create something extraordinary for life, and there's even a little teaser right here. Do you guys see that? That little teaser. What is it? I don't know. Let's find out. Right there. Quick guide. Now let's see what's on this quick guide. I know you want to see what's in there. I'm gonna hide it so you can't see. Take 30 seconds to activate your warranty. You can scan this and activate it, but there's a full feature guide of what it is that you're getting. And the interesting thing about this is it tells you at a glance exactly what you've just bought. It tells you, here's the air intake, here's the air outlet, here's the surrounding temperature control zone, here's a QR code for the manual. Oh, for downloading the app. This has an app. I'm not gonna maybe I will download it. We'll find out. I might download the app. We'll see. Also talks about the display. It talks about the volume and the air temperature and blah, 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 and all that stuff. Lots of really cool info on here. For those of you who are like me that do not read manuals, This is a godsend because they know I'm never gonna read the manual. So they told me everything I need to know right here in this one little picture. And for many of you who are saying, Anton, get to the point of the video already, you're the same kind of person who appreciates a card like this because you can get everything you need without getting all the fluff. So with fluff in mind, here's the device. We'll look at that in a second. A box of accessories, which inside here, there is a USB. Okay, this is actually a little bit more valuable to me than I thought. This is a USB-C cord, but it's a right angle USB-C cord, and that's presumably for charging. So you can plug it in like that to charge it, or you can plug it in like this to charge it. So if you're wearing it like that, I know I look funny. All right, I already know what we look like here. But then I can have it plugged in over here and whatever. Wow, it's already cold and it's not even turned on. Anyway, I like right angle USB cords because they come in handy. There's also a manual, which I'm not gonna read. And even if I did wanna read it, the text is so small, I still wouldn't be able to read it. So I'm glad they provided me with this because that's all I'm gonna be using. This is not just a cheap Chinese product. This is a high quality product. I can tell you just how this feels. It feels pretty premium. Now this comes in two different colors. So I bought the white one, but you can get a black one as well. Now I got white because I think white looks better on camera. So when you guys are looking at this, it's way easier to see what I have here when it's white. How well does this work? You're gonna wanna stay till later in the video because you will be shocked with what I have to say about this. But before we get there, we got to do a deep dive into these features. So let's have a quick look around the Aice by Ranvoo. Now this is the Aice Max model. The nice thing is it's got this on the back here, this rubber hinge, if you will, so it can move open and close to actually fit over your maybe you'll get it. If you got a skinny head like me, it'll fit over, but really you're gonna go behind the neck. This fits, I've got a 16.5-inch neck. So if you're wondering if you've got a 16.5-inch neck, will it fit? Yeah, it'll fit. If you've got, this will fit up to at least a 20-inch neck. If your name is Shaquille O'Neal, I'm sorry, this probably won't fit for you, or it might actually work a little bit better because one of the problems I had, and we'll cover why I think that when we get to my complaints part of this video, but we still haven't even seen what all is on here. On this side here, there's a screen. When I turn this on, the screen turns on. You guys can't see it, but it says H3. And then there's a button on top here that says plus and minus, and I can go H2, H1. So pushing this button makes it go between the different H options. And if I tap this button, so you see how it's red, I can tap that, don't tap that. Now there's a button on top here, you can see it's red. If I push it and hold it, now it turns green. When it is green, it goes into fan mode. Now fan is just going to suck air in from, I think, these spots here, and then it blows air out of here and out of here, and also down here, which will shoot back down your spine. It is not chilled air, it is just air. So when you're in F or fan mode, this is going to be very, very comparable to the $50 units that are on Amazon, because that is all that they do. They do not have a chiller plate. And hopefully I just perked your ears up. You're saying, chiller plate? What's that all about? Well, let me show you. When I hold this down again, it turns blue, and that puts it into C mode. So right now I'm at C3. Now C3 still has the fan blowing. So it's drawing the air in and it's blowing it out here, which would blow down your neck. It's also blowing the air up here, but inside here, there's a plate right here, and there's a plate right here. Now, these plates are actually cooled. So when you touch them, they are cold. And I'm not saying like just a little bit cold. This is freezing cold. So this is cooling you in two ways. Having this cool piece on your neck like this actually cools you down, and it's also blowing cold air up along my neck and cold air down my back, and it's cold. Okay, now we do have the different settings, so we can go to C1, and what that does, it still has the same cooling effect on here, but it adjusts the airflow on the fan. That's going to be important when we get to the pros and cons of this device. But it is doing a very phenomenal job. Now it does that through a number of microchips and processors that monitor the air coming in. It cools it off. It actually actively cools it off using special electrical wizardry. So this is not just some like cooling plate from air rushing over it. It is actually electrically cooled, just like a regular air conditioner that you have for your house or in your car or anything like that. Similar principles, they're applied differently to make this actually cold. So this would be the same as, if you're wondering, how does this feel like in actual real life? Take a cloth, the same wet cloth I told you to put on your neck before. But before you put it on your neck, stick it in the freezer for an hour and then take it out and stick it on the back of your neck. And that's exactly what this feels like. It feels like a freezing ice cold cloth on the back of your neck. Now, some of you might not like that, which is fine because this is adjustable so you can tailor suit the temperature to exactly what you're looking for. This is one of the few devices that actually say that they keep you at a regulated body temperature at over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the outside temperature. Walking around outside, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, this will cool you off by up to 31 degrees Fahrenheit. So that can take you from 100 degrees down to 69 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the temperature I like to be because I'm in Canada and it's cold all the time, and so I can't handle anything above about 68 degrees. But if you want to be around 68 degrees like me, this might be what you're looking for. Now, there is another button setting I can do. When I push it and hold it and it goes white, that puts it into automatic mode. Now it's set a temperature, which is currently in Celsius. So it's 26 degrees, and then I can adjust that up. So now it's set to 31 degrees. Now 31 degrees Celsius is, well, actually that's way too hot. Way too hot. I'm gonna go down. I'd like to be, normally my goal would be about 24 degrees, which is what I have on here. And this will automatically adjust the fan. It will automatically adjust everything on here to keep me 24 degrees. Now it's getting actually warm right now. And I don't know why, because it's saying, oh, well, it's not 24 degrees. So this must be adjusting the temperature of the pad. So like I said, the air conditioning in here is too cold. So it's colder than it wants to be right now. So it's heating it up. The design of this thing, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, as far as a neck warmer goes, I don't know what kind of designs you really can do. It's kind of cool looking. It's intriguing. I promise when you wear this out in public, people are going to either laugh at you quietly, they'll point at you directly and laugh in your face, or they'll say, what is that god-awful thing that's hanging on your neck? And that's when you can tell them, it is my Ranvoo personal air conditioning device and I love it. And they'll say, really? How much does it cost? And you're gonna say $200. I'm gonna say, you're nuts, man. Like, there's better things you could spend your $200 on. Or is there? Is this worth the $200? We'll find out when we get to the pros and cons. The one feature that you don't want to sleep on this is the heater. This is great in the summer. We are in the middle of a heat wave here in Canada where it is a sustained temperature of over 30 degrees Celsius for a long period of time. And they are saying, be careful, don't be outside too long and protect yourself. And how well does this perform in that environment? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now as we talk about the pros and cons of this device. So first off, I'm in the process of digging a hole in my backyard, outside in the hot sun, and it is hot. And I stuck this thing on, and I can confidently tell you that using this thing in the sun definitely cools you off. It absolutely, without a doubt, cools you off. It does exactly what it says it will do, and it does it in a way that is very smart, and the battery seems to last a long enough time. I worked outside for 3 hours. This thing was blasting away the entire time, and I stayed cooler than I would be. I actually took it off, let my son borrow it for a bit because I'm not a slave driver. He can have a little bit of personal air conditioning for a couple minutes, and I suffered in the heat for those couple minutes. And so when I put it back on, I definitely appreciated having this versus not having this. The cons for this. Number one is the fan is loud. Now they say this thing is quiet. When this thing is in silent mode, it is 20 decibels, and that is what I'm on right now, is silent mode, and it is silent. When I put it on, I can sit here and chat with you guys all day and it's fine. But when it is in full out cool this guy down mode, the fans that are right next to your ear are so loud that it's distracting, to the point that when I was trying to talk with my wife, I could not hear her and she was getting mad at me because I kept saying, what? And it was hard to carry on a conversation. Now, this was working full out, full speed ahead to do that, but I will show you guys how loud that is with a simple example. This is my headphone holder. I'm gonna take my microphone off here. So this is at fan level 1 of 3, and I'm gonna just hold this up. Actually, let me take this windsock off. No, I'm gonna leave the windsock on. Like this. Now this is how loud it is on fan mode 1. That's fan mode 2. That's fan mode 3. So this is what I had blasting in my ear. It's loud here for me now. Sticking my ear up to it, you guys can hear. Now that was the different fan setting. Now it does have ultra quiet mode. Do not think that you have a fan blasting in your ear the whole time, but when it's on full blast, it's loud. I don't know if my microphone effectively captured how loud that is, but it is loud. Trust me, loud. So, I mean, cooling isn't without some trade-offs. You have to have some trade-offs. So for sure, do you want to be cool or do you want to not be able to hear people around you? That's kind of your option. You can be cool and not hear people, or hear people and be not as cool, or, you know, don't wear one of these things and just sweat like everybody else. But who wants to sweat like everybody else? Some of the other features at a glance, we talked about app support. It does have an app and it's really cool because it connects to your phone through Bluetooth and you have full control over the temperature setting, the fan setting, and all of that from the app. So if you didn't want to try to feel around for the buttons, which you can control it from the buttons, but you can also just open the app. You've got your phone out anyway. You're probably watching Gears and Tech, your favorite YouTube channel. So it's not a big deal to just swipe up, pull up the app, make an adjustment, and then swipe right back to YouTube and keep watching your favorite YouTube channel. I can say battery life is phenomenal. It recharges fast and it stays running as long as you want to be outside anyway. Uses for this are endless. So today, my son is actually taking this to a baseball game where he's gonna sit out in the sun and watch a baseball game. It's gonna be 38 degrees Celsius outside there, and he's gonna be wearing this, and I'll get his real life impressions. But remember when I said that I let him use it yesterday for a couple minutes? Well, if it was no good, today he wouldn't be asking me to take it to that baseball game. So you know that a teenager who's self-conscious about how he looks is willing to look foolish in exchange for being cool. So you can be cool while being cool, or you can be cool but be hot. That's kind of your options here. Price, again, we talked about $199. If you are considering, I will put a link in the description down below. They do have some higher spec models that include even more features like heart rate monitors and stuff like that. If there's significant demand for it, I can certainly get my hands on one of those and do a review of that to see which one's better. But as far as dollars to value, this is some pretty cool tech that is in an emerging space that you maybe haven't really thought about. And it's really important to understand the distinctive difference between the $200 one and the $50 one on Amazon. There's so much more going on here, and it certainly seems like a good value when you consider what you get for it. Don't forget, got that heater mode. So in the winter, when you get a chill and you just want to be a little warmer, you can have that on your neck. It'll warm it up. Most of your heat loss is through the upper part of your body, through your head, through your neck, and that is the reason why when you chill your neck off, it makes the rest of the body feel much cooler. Tell us how you like it, or if you wish that you had got something else, or maybe you have something else and you think we should check that out instead. Let us know. I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.